It's good, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. So I thought in this video we do a quick overview, or I guess first impressions of Declaration Grooming B13. Shout out to my friend for sending this out for me to try. So immediately I noticed after wetting the knot, it's got a nice big bloom to it, real big. Kind of reminds me of B11's bloom. But yeah, this is the Washington shape. This is turned by Scott over at Declaration. This is in the Nebula pour. Very interesting new design. I have the old Nebula for comparison. This is a older Washington, same exact shape, but you can see that there's a little bit of a difference here in that top curvature, and then the ridge portion, you'll see that it kind of protrudes out more. Nevertheless, I still find it rather comfortable. I think if I were to choose the newer redesigned Jefferson shape or the Washington, I'd probably go for the Washington. I've kind of always liked the Washington shape, whether it's the older kind of updated, the older version or the updated. So at least comfort wise, it's definitely there. So I like it. We're gonna wet the knot. Let's see how it goes. I did wet it. It seems to be gelled, but not overly so. Seems like good hair just from looking at it. And I've heard many good things from people. I think at the time of this recording, he actually announced B14 already, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't know when I'll be able to try that, but yeah, it should be interesting. So it's only been soaking for about 30 seconds or so, but should be good enough. Okay, cool. So yeah, we got some gel tips. I don't think it's overly jelly. I think this is like, at least visually, this is ideally what I look for in a brush knot. It's not too jelly. It's not too, you know, I guess, natural feeling. If it's natural feeling and it's soft, that's great, but it doesn't always happen. But I'm actually gonna go back to one of my favorite soaps, Namkha from Lothur. I just got it in like Friday and I'm loving this stuff. I can't put it down. So I thought I'd just go back to another shade with it. Really good stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys have been doing well. I'll load this for about a minute, so we'll go another 40 seconds. This is a pretty dense knot, so I'm gonna get a nice good load going. Yeah, it's very interesting to see this Washington shape in the 28 millimeters. I know if you've been around for, you know, a year or two or longer, a lot of the Washingtons originally only came in 24 millimeter. But I think it's pretty cool that it's in 28 now. I think it would be cool to see the option for both maybe, but I guess that would just confuse things a bit. So I guess 28 is overall more in demand than the 24s. All right, we're good. Got about a minute. And we'll get into the lather here. I just wet the tips a bit. Yeah, fantastic scent. It's very oud forward. I might have put more. I might have put too much water in this knot, but it's all right. Very oud forward, but it's more of like a oud accord than like a barnyard oud, in my opinion. So how does this knot feel so far? Definitely got soft tips, without a doubt. This feels a little bit softer than B11. Definitely has less backbone than the B11, which I kind of like. It just depends on what I'm into. Like, I used to be really into backbone heavy brushes, and now I kind of appreciate the ones with a little bit less, just because I like variety, you know. But yeah, it's it definitely sprays more. It's got more bloom. Sprays really nicely. It's soft, but it has like a medium scrub to it. It's definitely well balanced. I don't know if I can compare it to any other batch at this point in time. This feels pretty different. Yeah, like it kind of reminds me of B11 a little bit, but it's got less backbone. It's a little bit softer, at least initially. That's how I feel. I could say with confidence I like it more than the B12. Today we're going with the straight razor shave, so that's why I'm really trying to get this thing nice and hydrated. Yeah, so I could probably lather on this thing for a while and I won't get any discomfort or brush burn. It's soft enough where I can lather for a long time and not feel burned out like I can on the B3 maybe sometimes, but it's still got enough scrub that there's some hair presence. I know a lot of people don't like that slimy effect where you don't even feel the hairs. So in my opinion, it's really well balanced. That errs on the side of softness. And no black hairs either, of course. Don't really notice, at least on this particular brush. All right, should be good. Just gonna paint in water one more time. Get it nice and slick. I don't even mind if the lather's like see-through at this point. It's a straight razor shave. Straight razor shave number 93, so I want it nice and slick. Oops. Yeah, so we got plenty of lather in the brush here. We'll go back to that for the second pass. All right, for the razor, I'm going to a full hollow grind razor that I've had laying around for about a year. Revisiting it after like 60 shaves. I used it the other day and I realized I like the way it shaves. In the past, I've complained a lot about full hollow razors, saying that it doesn't really cut well for my growth. So what's changed, you asked, is my AJ Jordan. I think I just got a lot better at stropping. Yeah, I think it was a stropping issue. I might have been rolling the edge or something. Yeah, I might have rolled the edge when I first started stropping it at like 30 shaves in. Here I'm at number 93 or 92, so definitely more comfortable with straights, of course. So I think in terms of technique, what's changed is my ability to, or me remembering to stretch the skin more. Use lighter pressure and, like I said, the stropping. It was not where it needed to be. I guess I wasn't holding down on the strop enough or doing those X strokes where it hits both sides of the razor. But yeah, as you can see, it's definitely picking up that growth pretty well. And the thing about this full hollow is it makes a really satisfying noise. The audio feedback. I know it's something a lot of DE shavers even look for, the audio feedback. I personally don't care for it in a DE, but it's really satisfying in a straight, I'll tell you that. Cool. So yes, that first pass went pretty well. Got a decent amount of growth. I think when I first started lathering this brush, I put too much water in it after loading it. So the lather got like thinner than I'd hoped, but it didn't really matter as much for me because it can not only take a lot of water, it just, did it fall somewhere? Okay. Yeah, it just, I don't really care how dense it is as much when I'm using it for a straight razor shave. Yeah, so I mean, its bloom kind of gives it a nice feel when painting. It's really enjoyable. I think I prefer brushes that bloom if I'm someone who kind of likes to paint a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, the bloom's not even that bad actually. It's just like it's about a little bit less than like something like a ZT3, depending on the one you got. But yeah, no issues with flow through so far. Solid brush, yeah. I mean, I think the batch officially finished, so there's that. But they tend to be circulating on the secondary market quite often, only because it's just came out about a few months ago, so it's kind of still fresh before it settles down a bit. But yeah, curious to see how the B14 compares, but not sure when and if I'll be getting that just yet. But nothing really negative to say about this batch. Really well balanced. For me, it's not an instant love, but at the same time, I can't really think of anything that like sticks out to me that I don't like either. So kind of thing. Yeah, the lather is like super hydrated now, so like I said, you can see my skin through the lather, but it's just right now, like the way it is, fully hydrated. The slickness is crazy. Yeah, like the residual is just nuts. Yeah, if it was probably a DE shave, I would have probably lathered it a little bit slower, added water a little bit slower, but kind of worked out for this shave. Awesome. We did pick up some hair. All right, so let's get into the last pass here. I'm just gonna paint on this pass because I already agitated a ton, incorporated a bunch of water in. And I'm just gonna squeeze the top of the knot here. Yeah, a lot of water is sinking in the bottom of the knot. I think I probably didn't shake it enough. Yeah, because it is very dense and can hold a ton of water. Typically I shake out all the water. There it is. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good, well-balanced brush, like I just said. Really no complaints. I do, however, prefer the older Nebula pour versus the new one. I feel like it's kind of washed out by the black. I know it can be hard to kind of replicate certain things or designs over time, but as you can see with the old one, there's a lot more red and like a little bit of silver going on. So I definitely do prefer the color. That's just a preference. So far, this full hollow is doing well. Normally I'm using like giant spreckers with thick ass grinds, but it's doing the job pretty well. can see all that hair on there. All right, that's it for the shave. Let me rinse off and get into the post. Let me rinse off the brush real quick, actually. Okay, that's rinsed off. I'm gonna go with the matching splash here. Namkha by Lothur. Really, like I said, really enjoying this scent. It's very oud forward. The rose is not crazy, but yeah, really enjoyable. There is so little alcohol in here that there's no burning. That's nice. I know some people prefer the burn, so. Yeah, that full hollow did a pretty decent job. So yeah, AJ Jordan, I got Dr. Matt's Edge still on here. Yeah, did well. I guess lesson learned. Learn how to strop before you complain about the grind for months. Anyways, yeah, really cool brush. It's got some, I think this hair is probably ideal for what I want. It's very dense. It's, as you can see, it can bloom quite a bit. It's pretty big. Handle's comfortable. Definitely different look going on. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Very well balanced. Not too much gel, but it's jelly enough that I'd want to load for like a minute, unless the soap is really soft. But yeah, very well balanced. It doesn't strike me as a cloud, and it doesn't strike me as too scrubby either. It's kind of just in the middle. So yeah, that's it for the brush before I sound too repetitive. But yeah, that's it for the shave, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.